find out what you love, find a way to do it, and just do it. And like, it's scary. I know something that held me back for a long time, and that holds a lot of people that I know back. I know so many talented people, and they're like, oh, I really want to record music, I really want to do this, but I can't make a song like this person can. I feel that too, but also that's like, you're you, and you have something creative in your head and in your heart that you feel like sharing, and you're scared because it's not going to look like somebody else's. But that doesn't make sense, because you're not them, you're you. But I think being confident in the fact that you have something to offer and something to put on the table, regardless of what you do, that's that's really important to remember.
Yo, what is good, creators? Welcome to the Create to Inspire Corner, where I, your host Coriel, interview creators from around the world, allow them to share their stories, give you some of the creative inspo you need so you can go on and create to inspire in your own community. And today's main topic is all about the 3 A's for living in alignment. And today's special guest is Andrew Narvaez. He's a musician, and today you not only get to hear about his story, his music, and his passions, but I'm also talking with him about his viewpoints on today's 3 A's. Anyways, get right into it. Andrew, thanks so much for hopping on the Create to Inspire Corner. How you doing, man?
Doing good, bro. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm chilling. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me. So just starting off, can you tell us a little about yourself, your passions, and what you like to create?
Yeah, so I'm 21 years old. I live in Old Bridge, New Jersey, so it's like central New Jersey. And yeah, I like to create all kinds of music. I started off making just like hip hop rap stuff, mainly in the like CHH Christian rap kind of genre, and then I kind of just moved out into just trying to be more of myself, be more of kind of an artist that is influenced by my daily life struggles, daily life walk. So I like to create anything from rap to R&B to pop. I just dropped like a pop punk, pop rock song, so
Yes,
that's kind of
sir.
different. But yeah, so that's where I'm at, and yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I checked out some of your music. I told you before we started the interview. I stayed down. The day I met you, I like how your music is really versatile. Like you said, we have pop here, and you got a little rock kind of vibe over there. So yeah, it's really cool. And I know how you mentioned that you were in one spot, and then you started to shift a little bit to focus on your everyday life, something that was authentic to you. And that's kind of related to the today's main topic, the 3 A's that we're going to talk about today, which were aspiration, authenticity, and action. And out of those 3, before we get into them, which of these 3 do you think is like the most important for living in your alignment? Which of these do you think is key?
I don't know. I think for me personally, aspiration, that's something that I really live by, and like I have a whole thing about that's kind of like my brand, kind of my aspirant or whatever. But yeah, so I think that's really important.
Yeah, aspirant. So yeah, starting off with that one, what are some of your aspirations, for your creative career? I know you talked a little about your background, but what are some aspirations that you have for yourself right now?
Yeah, I think right now just an aspiration is working as hard as I can at music, and just literally anything I do. Um, I've been doing music for a long time, and it wasn't until kind of recently, since I was taken under the wing of a couple guys and just been able to grow a lot more, and put a lot more into my work and my work ethic when it comes to that. Um, so like with my aspirations, like I'd love to release like a certain amount of songs a year, and be able to kind of pull in a fan base, but not just a fan base that's going to listen to me, but a fan base that's going to relate to me, that's going to support me, and that I can support as well. I think that's a huge thing. Like I really just want to work to be able to, help people, to encourage people, to relate with people, because I think everybody needs somebody to relate with right now. But yeah, so those are.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So to you, what does it look like to be an aspirant? What are some of the qualities or some of the principles or the lifestyle that comes along with that quality of aspiration?
I think a lot of it just comes with motivation and drive, and like you have to want it, a desire to want to grow and learn, and that's something that I really want, especially when it comes to music. Like I've always wanted to learn with music, I've always wanted to like teach myself stuff, so I think it just comes with a lot of drive and motivation to want to do that for yourself, self-determination, but also just like what motivates you to do that is important, and kind of not doing it because I want numbers or because I want streams or because I want popularity or fame. Like in the long run, yeah, you want people to look at you, but I want people to look at me specifically for something greater than just numbers and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think that's what
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. And so I think in order to do that, in order to get to that next level, kind of like you talked about, not doing it out of, I guess, fear or attention as the primary goal, but doing it something bigger than myself or yourself. And so I think one of those main qualities is gratitude. Being grateful for what we have, the talents that we have, and then growing from that and being able to give to others through what we create. And I want to ask you, how do you view the relationship between gratitude and aspiration? Do you see it? Do you see them as working together, or how do you kind of view those things together?
Yeah, I think having gratitude and aspiration together, that's super important. I think if you have one or the other, you're kind of stuck somewhere. So if you're only grateful for what you have, then you have no drive or motivation to get farther. You're
Mm.
like, I'm cool where I am, which is cool. But I think if you only have aspiration and you're not grateful for what you have, you get stuck in this place of like, I have this, but I don't care. I want more. And that's
Mm.
an artist. I know for me, it's definitely super hard to get stuck in um, more of the aspiration side of where it's like I have so many great things. I have a lot of blessings, and God's been able to kind of bless my journey as an artist so far. And I keep just, it's easy for me to be like, I want more. I want that amount of
Yeah.
streams. Like, I want this many followers. I want to make a song that sounds like this. Like, I can make a great song and then be upset because it doesn't sound like a different song. So I think just having them together kind of, it's a really hard balance to get to, but I think you just need to be able to be grateful for what you have, and understand that you're where you are because God has set you in that place, um, and has blessed you with the opportunities that He has. But at the same time, like He also gave you the ability to do more than you think. And so
Mm.
for me, that just means looking around me, making sure that I'm uh, showing gratitude to the people that are helping me and to the people that are supporting me, and showing gratitude for the support that I have received, but also understanding like there's a lot more to be done. And as long as I'm in God's will, God's plan's gonna kind of take me where He wants me. So
Yeah. Definitely, man. So with the next A, we have authenticity. Through your aspirations, through pursuing your dream of music and your career, what helps you to kind of check yourself, make sure you're being authentic with yourself? Cause I know so sometimes you kind of felt that place where like, am I really being who I am and doing what I feel like I should be doing? What helps you to stay in check, with your authentic self?
I think it's just writing every day, or at least as often as I can, and writing about things that are real to me. Um, and like I mentioned before, like when I was younger, I was in like middle school, early high school, and I was writing these Christian raps, and I just like wasn't living them out. And when it came to like religion and Christianity, I was always upset because it was like, oh, these people are hypocrites because they're saying these things, but
Mm.
they're not living them. And I was doing that same thing. And so I kind of took a break, and I came back in music with the mindset of like, I'm gonna write about what I want to write about, what's happening in my life, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, and I'm not gonna be like ashamed of that, because people go through these things that I'm
Mm-hmm.
going through. It's not like I'm the only person going through them. Nobody's gonna understand. And I think that that mindset of like, I want to be real, I want to show people who I am, um, I think that just again comes in check when I'm writing every day and I'm feeling something. So I'll write a song about it, or I'll write a verse about it, or whatever.
Mm.
Um, and so I think the good part about that is that kind of builds up my opportunity to be able to reach people and relate to people. Because if I'm writing about what I'm really going through, knowing that other people are going through this too, like the whole purpose of my music is to reach people and to connect with them, and so they feel heard and understood and valued. Um, and so I think that that whole aspect of me writing about me and what I'm feeling and saying like, hey, I can relate to you, that really just adds to the authenticity. And yeah.
Yeah. So kind of just being real with ourselves. It's what helps us to be real with others. We have to be real with ourselves before we can be real and authentic with others. In our culture today, we hear so many different, I guess, I guess, definitions of what it means to be authentic. We hear just be yourself, do whatever makes you happy, all that kind of stuff. But to you, what does it mean to truly be authentic? What does that really mean to you?
Um, I think that just means not hiding from who you are, and like a lot of times people will try to fake who they are, change who they are to be accepted or to kind of be more understood. But that's not really how it works because then you're changing yourself. You're not really your true self, and so I think understanding your true self is the first part, and then accepting your true self, and then the third part is not being ashamed of your true self and understanding that you're a person who's valued, and your experiences are valid, and your life is a story that is worthy to be heard. And so just understanding that, everybody has a story and everybody has something that people can learn from. So yeah.
Awesome, man. So we got into two A's so far. We got aspiration, authenticity, and I feel like those two are a launch pad for the last one, which are action. Once we have aspiration, authenticity, it makes our actions even more purposeful. And so, in that, I want to ask you, what advice would you give to someone who has these ideas and aspirations but hasn't taken that step of action? If someone's watching this interview right now.
I think um just just send it. Like do find out what you love and find a way to do it, and just do it. And like it's scary. I know something that held me back for a long time and that holds a lot of people that I know back. I know so many talented people and they're like, oh, I really want to record music. I really want to do this, but I can't make a song like this person
Yeah.
can. I feel that too, but also that's like you're you, right? And you have something creative in your head and in your heart that you feel like sharing, and you're scared because it's not going to look like somebody else's, but that's doesn't make sense because you're not them, you're you.
Yeah.
And so like I think just remember that, you know anybody who wants to create and is scared to because they don't think it's the thing for them, or they're scared because they don't think they'll get far enough, just do it. And you know be confident in it. I think
Yeah.
confidence is so vital, and like that's something that I have struggled with forever. And it's still hard, but I think being confident in the fact that you have something to offer and something to put on the table, regardless of what you do, that's that's really important to remember. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, man, awesome, dude. That's crazy. What you were just talking about reminded me of something I actually wrote in my journal this morning. It said something like, "Don't let the fear of not being the best stop you from being your best." So yeah, that's awesome, man. So when was the time that you did something that you were afraid to do, but you still took action and are proud of it today? I know you talked about how you at first struggled with this. Can you kind of dive into a little more about that?
Yeah, there's a lot. I think like on a somewhat small scale, like releasing my last song was scary because it's like this is right when I'm trying to you know gain kind of a bigger audience with my music and reach out more. I'm putting more money into things. I'm putting a lot more time into my music, and so I put a lot of time and energy into that last track. And again, it's very different than what I've done before. So the fear was always like, I can do this, and I like it, and I enjoy it. I like how it sounds, but what if it doesn't get as many streams as the last song? What if people don't receive it as well? Um, and so just working on that and being confident in that was really hard for me. um and so that's, I mean, I'm proud of that song, and I really like how it came out, and I think that um just being confident in that, and kind of sticking with that was a really hard thing to do for me. And even coming, in the future, there's a lot of a lot of different things that I want to do, and a lot of different genre songs that I've been working on over the last like 2 months. And it's like this is so different, and it's so kind of, it's not really what the industry wants.
Hmm.
And in the music industry, I think it's really important to like have your sound, and everybody, like, for example, like I watched the Juice World documentary yesterday, and like all of his songs have such a very specific sound. And so like as
Mm-hmm.
an artist, that's what makes an artist. And so for me, it's like I see all these different artists with their sound, and I have a sound, but I don't know if that's what people will like.
Mm.
So I think again, like that last song, "The Day That I Met You," is something that like I really took a step forward with, and being like, this, I'm gonna create what I want to create, what I enjoy, and if people don't agree with that, sorry, but yeah, it's just a hard spot to be in. But that's something that I think I took a good step forward in.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm happy you did. I really enjoyed the song. Where can people check out, your music? How can people check that out and stuff like that? Or
Yeah,
your
so
Instagram?
I'm on Spotify, Apple Music. You can just look me up. It's Andrew Narvaez, Narvaez, and all my socials are basically Andrew J Narvaez. So it's my Instagram, like Twitter. Um, so you can follow me on all those platforms. I kind of share a lot there when it comes to music. So yeah.
Cool. So now we're gonna transition into what I call the creative questions of the day. So this first one is kind of a pop-up question. It's a random question, kind of the first thing that comes to your mind. You just go for it. All right, you ready? So if you had a Guinness World Record, what record would you hold? It can be anything music related, not music related, anything.
Um, oh, like would I hold like now or would I want to hold?
What do you want to hold? Or yeah, what? Yeah.
Having the most guitars in the world.
Hey, most guitars in the world. How many do you have right now?
um, seven, seven.
Hey, nice, nice. 700 more to go. No, I'm playing. I don't know how many there are, but yeah, dope, 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 bro. Yeah, I don't know why, but the first thing that came to my mind when I thought of aspiration, all these things, different things we're talking about was like Guinness World Record, so awesome. All right, so the last question that I have for you, man, for this interview is, what does the phrase "create to inspire" mean to you?
I think create to inspire means that I'm not creating just to create. I'm not creating for statistics or numbers. I'm not creating for myself and for my own personal pride, but I'm creating, you know, to build others up. And in building others up, I will be built up, and just motivate people, to inspire people, obviously, to connect with people, and basically just show people that they can do whatever they put their minds to, um, and that they have something to offer this world. So I think that's what it is.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Andrew, for hopping on the Create to Inspire Corner. I had a blast talking with you, man. And thank you so much for you guys watching at home. I hope you guys, enjoyed today's interview with Andrew and able to apply, the 3 A's that we talked about to your own life. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next episode. Create to Inspire. Peace.